Are you the people pleaser who always says yes and then get exhausted with all the requests you receive from people? Do you feel obligated to do things for people and then feel suffocated and resentful because you're overwhelmed with your to-do list? Perhaps you start to get bitter because you lose your spark, your beauty, and your enthusiasm to be friendly and helpful to others. After all, you're running around like a madman or a madwoman, overbooked and overworked. My dear, maybe the problem is not with others. The problem is your poor boundary skills, and it's not your fault. You simply didn't know because no one ever taught you. In this video, you'll learn some important life skills to help you live with integrity, self-respect, and grace. Stay tuned. You want people to like you because you want friends, you want connections, and you want to feel important, valued, and welcomed by many. You take out the trash for your roommates because she's running late. You pay your bills for your siblings because she is struggling. You took on jobs for your coworker because she's swamped. And you probably agree to nearly 100% of the requests coming to you in hoping this will earn you some brownie points. At the end of the day, you're often exhausted tackling the to-do list of others and feeling behind in your tasks. Your bills are not paid, your work is not done, and your cat hisses at you because she's angry you forgot to feed her. If this is you, you're on the severe side of the people-pleaser syndrome, and you're paving your way towards resentment and lack of respect from others. Why does doing nice things for others give you the complete opposite you're wishing for? This all comes back to our childhood, as all things do. As dependents, many children were given conditional love to maintain a transactional relationship where we behave and act according to the parents' needs. Growing up, we follow the rules. We're often told no to what we want. So we suppress our inner voice and self-abandon our needs like good little girls and boys to be loved and accepted by others. From these development years, we learn that we need to do things for others to earn love. We need to keep giving and self-sacrifice to stay in a relationship. The pattern you see here is from generations and generations of teaching that we must self-abandon to be accepted in the tribe. Now, coming back to setting boundaries, we're afraid saying no will give us unpleasant consequences that tie to our fear. What we need to know is that the process of growth and maturity is a personal journey. The world is expanding its conscious level and shifting away from the power struggle dynamic towards healing and oneness. But before then, it takes effort from every individual to raise self-awareness for healing and transformation. And to make progress on our personal development is learning to say no and set healthy boundaries appropriately. Here are 5 powerful tips to help you set boundaries like a boss. Tip number 1. Know your limits. The ability to set boundaries requires one to be self-aware. That means knowing yourself, your agenda, your personal goals, your needs, your worth, your priorities, and your values. And from all that, you draw out your limits. You must know that everyone is the captain of their ship. You cannot sail their boat and neglect your ship because that will make you crash and burn. As they say, you'll want to secure your oxygen mask first before you help others. Tip number 2. Seek clarity. Often, we may have the ability to help others, but do other people really want our help? Or do they just need an empathetic friend, partner, family who will listen? More often, many people, including ourselves, wish to be heard and seen and that someone cares for us. However, as an adult, we must develop skills for solution seeking and make conscious decisions to move forward. If the person keeps complaining to you about the topic for the 3rd or 4th time, They may likely have a deep fear of facing hard choices, fear of changing their comfort zone, and don't want to face the consequences as a result of the change. This is where you seek clarity to help them and help yourself. Do you just need someone to listen, or are you seeking help? Coming back to you, if you don't want to hear the complaints for the 5th time, then set a boundary with the person, letting them know you're no longer available for the complaint, but you'll be happy to help them find a solution when they're ready. Tip number 3, be responsible for yourself. Those who have the heart and time to give to others are often empathetic, compassionate, and kind, and the world could probably benefit from it. But do not let these qualities work against you, because inner strength and self-empowerment come from the individual, not from others. Being responsible for yourself means being mindful of how your actions will impact others. So are you helping, or are you taking on other people's responsibilities? You may want to just jump in and give the solutions they want. But like a child who is learning how to walk on their own and feeling a profound joy in their success, you don't want to be the person who robs their joy by overly helping the child to walk or stopping them from walking because you're afraid the child might get hurt, would you? You can be at the present moment with the person. Allow them to process their emotions without judgment and acknowledge their effort. If the person learns from their experience, it's likely the person will be more thankful to you for honoring their growth journey instead of interfering, because what they've learned is the wisdom they need to gain. Tip number 4, practice your no. Many of us may want to say no, but saying no doesn't come easy for us because we're conditioned to be the good child, the yes you can child, the mommy's or daddy's golden child. As we use this same model in our adulthood, what we earn is other people's dependency, not respect. What we need to know is that saying no is for self-preservation because we honor ourselves and we have self-respect. When we say no to other people, we let them know our limits. This allows other people to know that we know our worth, we value ourselves, and we know how to protect what we cherish. The most successful people know how to say no and set boundaries. So practice your no with confidence. No, thank you. I would prefer not to. No, I won't be able to do that. I guess we see it differently. I feel uncomfortable with. Please stop. Tip number 5. Surround yourself with people who have healthy boundaries. If you tried and still not getting what you want, it's time for you to look at yourself and ask why you are where you are. Taking responsibility and owning your life is to acknowledge that you are an adult and you are responsible for your life, no matter where you are. If you're surrounded by the wrong people, chances are you will just be like them. When you pick and choose who you surround yourself with, look for people who have boundaries because they are the people who likely know themselves, so they are confident to say no. They usually know their strengths and weaknesses and have the maturity for interdependent relationships. It's very simple. If you want to learn how to set boundaries like a boss, then learn it from people who set boundaries like a boss without putting a wall up. In the end, having boundaries all comes down to self-awareness. Self-awareness requires you to self-reflect on why you do the things you do, why you have relationships with people in your contact, and why you are pursuing the things you want. Are you fully aware that your life is your own and that other people are the same? You setting boundaries does not rob other people of the freedom to seek guidance from their source. After all, only you know yourself, and it's up to you to know how much you can give and how to set your limits. So listen to your inner voice, honor how you feel, and communicate effectively. Your real friends and real love will honor and appreciate you. If you find this information helpful, please consider subscribing and sharing it with someone who may benefit from it. Remember to seek your source and spark your inner magic. Until next time, take care and we'll see you in the next video.